Okay, I see. Hey, 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 everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another live. So super excited. Let me just check my phones to see where's everybody jumping in from. But I am excited to see everyone this evening. Beautiful, beautiful evening. I don't know where you are in the world, but wherever you are in the world, welcome home, welcome home. So glad to see you. I also want you to go ahead and type in wherever you are, type in where you're joining us from, right? Type in where you're joining us from. And also, you know, let us know what was your win today? What was your win today? Let me spell the word right. Welcome, HOME. Here we go. Here we go. Ashley from Brooklyn. Where else are you joining us from tonight? We just have a really quick conversation for you. Just want to touch bases to see how everyone is doing. Haven't been on my live in a while. If y'all keep seeing me look away, that's because I'm trying to also pull it up on Facebook, y'all. Pull it up on Facebook. There we go. There we go. So here we go. Yay. All righty. Got it. Got it. Got it. Want to make sure I connect and get everybody. So come on in. Hello, Ashley from Brooklyn. My win is exercising for 30 minutes. It's been a long time. That's a big win, right? That's a big win to exercise for 30 minutes. Man, I remember when I used to walk all the time, and lately I just haven't walked at all. If you guys remembered, I had the walking club, and it has just gotten so busy that I just haven't had a chance. But if you're online, come on in. If your name doesn't show your name, tell us exactly what your name is so we could address you. Hey, 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 Jay, how are you? Go ahead and type your name. Where are you joining us from tonight? And tell us what your win is. How did you win today? What was something that was great about your day today? Every day there's a win. Every day that you're alive, you should look for something that you can seize your day with, right? Look for something. And so what is it that you could say, you know what, this was really good in my day today, or this was okay in my day today, or I feel really good about this. And someone may be saying, well, hey, Octavia, someone may be saying, well, I'm not too sure about what I feel that was really good about today. But look, because you're alive. And so that is always a good thing. Tonight, I have a very special guest that's going to join me. It's my very own husband. And tonight I'm going to go ahead and bring him on. I think he just put something in his mouth, y'all, and I just caught him totally off guard. But it's all right. We're at home. Everybody here, we all know each other. Facebook user is saying good evening. Tell us where you're from. What was great about your day today? Go ahead and share it with us because we want to know. We're just not interested in, the good times. We're interested in everything. Zena, hey, Miss Zena from LA. Zena says, my win is resting this entire
Hey,
week
Zena.
last week and today. I was present to my business. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome, Zena. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Listen, when you could rest all day, that is great. That is great. Tonight, we want to talk about recalibrating and resetting. How do you recalibrate and reset? Juliet's from Delaware. Who else is joining us? I do the
Hey,
Facebook.
Juliet.
I'm not sure who the Facebook user is, but go ahead and type in your name so we can know who you are. But whoever it is, they said that they um, took a nap today. So that's a nap is always a good thing, y'all. A nap is always a good thing. So who is that took a nap today? And then Zena said chiming in from Los Angeles. Oh yeah. Um, oh yeah, oh yeah. So super excited. Kimberly Joy, ATL. My win is I kept focused. Thank you, Kimberly. I kept focused. Ani's in from Delaware. Facebook user says I booked the flight. I'm not sure who y'all. So if it's on there saying Facebook user, I'm not sure who it is, but you booked your flight. You booked your flight where? Where did you book your flight to? I want to know. Brittany Moore from Bethlehem, Georgia is one of. Oh, did you book your flight to Paris? Is that what you did? Yay! Okay, hey Zena, Zena, is that where you booked it, Brittany? So Brittany is going to Paris, y'all. And Brittany, we got, just make sure you got your duckies in order for all of the Paris airport happenings. And Zena, don't let Paris trigger you. Don't let it trigger you, right? So tonight we are just going to do a real recap of how to recalibrating and resetting. I've
Hmm.
been gone. You guys, many of you know, I've been out of country. I first went on
My
um,
stuff is ready.
vacation
My stuff is
to
ready.
UK. Babe, we can hear you because you're not on mute. Do you need me to mute you?
No, I'm
Oh,
good.
okay. Oh, okay. All right, because you're not
I
on
was
mute.
distracted.
Okay, the whole world is hearing you right now, y'all. You're hearing everything, everything. So Jonathan and I went away. This is my husband. Many of you know John
Hey,
Graham.
yo.
For those of you who don't know, that's my husband, the love of my life, the believer priest of my home, and all those wonderful goody gooey things. Um, Zena said, keep an eye on your laptop in Paris, LOL. Your laptop, your jewelry, everything. Okay. Okay. Um, at least Zena can laugh about it now,
In your
right? So
bags.
yeah, yes, keep everything. Just keep an eye. Outside of that, it's a beautiful place, and the airport is beautiful. But anyway, so we went away. A time we went to visit friends of ours who are really like family in the UK. And I do have actual family there, but went to visit them and spend some quality time, and then also had a quick business meeting while I was there. And so we had a great time with George and Bridget in the UK. What was great about that is that we got to do some resetting and recalibrate, and that's a little bit about what we'd like to talk about tonight, really focusing that even after we left the UK and we went to Italy, Tuscany, Italy, where we did our retreat, and we had all of these wonderful people. Zena was there, Ani was there, and many of you, Juliet was there. That's on right now. Many of you were there at the retreat, and I just want to talk about how phenomenal that retreat was. But one of the things I did not realize, and maybe for some of you who are on this call and you were there, may agree with me or maybe add to it, because this is never a monologue, it's always a dialogue. So please feel free to chime in. But one of the things I realized was that I needed time to recalibrate. And to recalibrate means to reset. It's like many times we talk about, I believe it's recalibrating an engine where you have to reset it. You take the measure of where it is. I believe that's it, babe. And then you can reset it. You could reset it. So recalibrate in so many words means to reset. I even looked it up, guys, because I thought, you know what? Let me just make sure that I have the words right. So recalibrate, the cinnamon for it means to adjust, to amend, to change, to develop, to modify, to rechange, to reshape, to revamp, to revise. And so I felt that going to the UK was a time for me to recalibrate and to reset. Right. It meant to adjust my settings. Okay. It meant for me to measure some things. And so we began doing that in the UK, where we had such a great time to relax, and such a great time to reestablish friendships. Not that we lost the friendships, because we have not at all. We have not. But it was just so great because we haven't seen them in 3 years. They live in the UK, and our life had gotten so busy that we didn't really have time, get time, or made the time, really, I want to say, to go and see them. And then, of course, we went to our retreat, which was absolutely phenomenal, in Tuscany, Italy. This was the first retreat where we allowed men and women, men to join the women, and the men brought a great energy, and it
Whoop,
was
whoop,
just
whoop,
so,
whoop, whoop.
yeah, it was great, just so transformational. There's a Facebook user that's saying greetings. If you can, I just see Facebook user. So if you can just share your name, that would be great. But greetings. So glad that you're joining us tonight. Cameron, so glad that you're joining us tonight. So getting to that, going and to be able to recalibrate, to adjust, to reset, to reset. These were things that I did not realize, even when I went to the retreat, as to how much I needed to do it. And y'all, I'm the facilitator, and John, he co-facilitated with me. So I just, what we're going to do tonight is do just a quick recap. And those of you, hey Alicia, that were there, Alicia said it was really transformational. Um, those of you who were there can chime in. I realized that I had some recalibrations to do, and I needed to do some resetting. Sometimes we get so busy, and many times we don't know exactly what we need until we get in an environment that says, whoa, I needed this, or this was missing. I need to unpack this. I need to heal from this. I need to rejuvenate. I need to relax. I need to reset. I need to recalibrate. Babe, jump in at any time and just kind of talk about where you were in all of that as you co-facilitated, because while we're co-facilitating, we're still doing the
Yeah,
transforming as well. We're
yeah,
not
for
just,
sure.
it's not, oh, we're co-facilitating and we're not transforming. Oh no, transformational leaders do
Mhm.
transforming themselves.
Yeah,
Transformational coaches, whether you're a transformational coach, you're a transformational pastor, you're whatever. When we're talking about transformation, it's not about the other people, it's about you. And that's how you can truly facilitate transformation, because only transformed beings can help transform others, right?
yeah.
As
How difficult is it to show someone how to do something really if you have no knowledge of it yourself? And the deeper you are into it, the more tools you have available to guide someone else through. Whether it be transformation, whether it be showing them how to, whether it's cooking or typing or whatever, it takes you being in the work to actually be able to help someone else through the work.
Exactly. It takes you being in the work to actually help someone else to process through the work. And I think what a lot of it also, what a lot of it also did was, it allowed us to see how this work of transformation is so needed. You know, one of the things that was brought out in the retreat is is where um, where one of the attendees there said how even the Bible, even the scriptures talks about a time to go and retreat, you know, retreat. So there's a Facebook user has a question. Who's this person that asked the question? It says, when it comes to recalibrating, how do you know if you are experiencing procrastination versus refresh? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. How do you know? That's a good question. Do you want to start answering that when it comes to, and thank you so much for asking that question. When it comes to recalibrating, how do you know if you're experiencing procrastination versus depression? Depression. So, how do you answer that question? It's a good question.
Procrastination versus depression.
Yeah, yeah. How
Well,
do you know?
you can actually you can procrastinate and be the happiest person in the world, you know. And one, I'm not going to say that one doesn't have anything to do with the other, because sometimes depression can cause you to procrastinate. And
Hmm.
then if you procrastinate long enough, it can bring you into a place of depression. But there's two separate beings, actually. Procrastination is you have an idea of what needs to be done. You may even have a vision of what needs to be done, and or where you're heading, but for some reason something is blocking you, something is stopping you, whether it was something from your past, whether it was something that you fear moving forward. Some people even fear success, because what if I'm successful, then what am I going to do? Am I going to lose my friends? Am I going to lose the time with my children? Am I going to lose the time with my family? Different things like that. Am I going to have to buy all new clothes? All kinds of things can go through your head, and these things can actually become blockers to you moving forward in the vision that you've been given, the vision that God gives you. Because then you'll start saying, you'll start making excuses. Procrastination is a bunch of excuses of why you can't move forward, right?
And it's a strategy.
Mhm.
It's a strategy to not moving forward. We use it as a block. We use it as a strategy. You
Mhm.
know, other things become so much more important. So yeah, yeah.
Mhm. And on the other hand, depression is a debilitating state of mind or thinking or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And depression takes more work to come out of, actually, right? Procrastination, you can make a decision today. Depression, you can make a decision that you're not going to be depressed, but then you have to change. We talked about changing your thinking in order to change, right? To change your thinking, when you change your thinking, you change how you feel about things. When you change how you feel about things, you change what you say about things. So now I'm saying something different, and now when I change what I say about things, then I change what I do about things and in certain situations. And then when I change what I do, then I change my life. So it all starts with thinking, changing your thinking, having the right mindset. And really, we talked about in the retreat, the mindset, and how to shift the mindset from certain things. You'll say, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. And what we're actually, our brain isn't wired to work with negatives. So all it's picking up is the positive. I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to smoke. But your brain is hearing, I'm going to smoke. I'm going to smoke, and that's why you smoke more when you're making that confession that you're not
Yeah.
going to smoke,
Yeah.
because you're telling your brain more, smoke, 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 smoke.
Smoke, smoke, smoke. That's right.
So we
That's right.
remove the negative, right? Esther, you want to take it from here?
Yeah, you have to remove the negative. And so the question too is, recalibrating. So whenever you're looking at recalibrating, readjusting, resetting, doing that, that requires movement, right? And it requires forward moving. So whenever you recalibrate, when I said I realized there were some things I needed to recalibrate, I needed to adjust. And so as I looked at my life, when I make those adjustments, then those adjustments that I make would not pull me back, but they would move me forward, even if it's a needle point move. So recalibrating, how you would know that you're not procrastinating and it's not depression, is if you're in a level of forward moving motion. In other words, forward moving action, even if it is even if it's a needle point move. And so one of the things that we did in the retreat, and you guys, if you have anything to add it, go ahead and heart us up. If you're in agree, if you're saying that's me, oh yeah, I get it. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and heart it up on Facebook and let us know. Let us know that this is a good conversation and that you're taking it in. Um, so what happens is when you come in, like for example to the retreat, we all came in, I believe most of the attendees came in on the Sunday, and we just start from that Sunday, right? The recalibration is the recalibration of resetting your mindset, making a change in that. It's resetting your body, like teaching yourself how to relax. We talked about how in life, we're so used to mastering things. We're really all good at mastering things. But at the retreat, our focus was mastering just being, just being. And so as you are going through this, it's you're mastering being, and you're mastering, how do I recalibrate, how do I do this, how do I do that, how do I move forward. And so the entire week was a week to where we spent time not just touring, and we spent a lot of time touring Italy, shopping, we spent a lot of time eating, we spent some time dancing, laughing, crying, but it was Lisa Nichols calls it a transforcation, where it's a vacation and it's also transformation, right? And so here you are, you're in a beautiful space to where you get an opportunity to recalibrate, to reset, to rejuvenate, and just honestly take your superhero, your super shiro cape off and come in and learn some more about yourself.
Yeah, there were some
Yeah.
amazing people
Oh,
that
yeah.
that were at the retreat. So, you know, Esther and I were very fortunate in that we had some powerful people there
Powerful,
that
powerful.
were not only there to assist, but to actually participate in the retreat and what we were doing there, and participating in the transformation. And that takes it, in my opinion, to a whole nother level, because these aren't people that are, we and these a lot of the people that were there are already in action and already doing, the things that are necessary to move forward, but realize that there's a time for a reset, right? A time to, to come into. And that's why it's so important. We talked about,
Yeah.
focusing on just being, right? Just being, not, not any titles, not any, degrees or anything like that, but focus on being who, in essence, you were created to be, to get to that inner child, and to get to that place of purity, and it was amazing just to be able to co-facilitate that.
Yeah, it was. And many times I heard, someone said to me earlier today on one of my calls, and they were at the retreat, and they said what's great about the retreat, they said, I can go on vacation. And they go on vacation. And when I go on vacation, I come back, and when I unpack, I unpack the same issues I took
Mm,
there. So
mm,
I come home and I unpack, I'm unpacking my clothes, and I'm still unpacking those issues, that I had while I was on vacation. She said, but when you come to a retreat, she said, it's a vacation and a transformation. And she said, so I came back home, and as I'm unpacking, I'm also unpacking the tools and everything I've learned, because there's some things I released at the retreat. There are some things I released it. There are some things I was healed from. There were tools that I got to where I could manage my life, relationships, work, finances, everything better. I can manage me better and
right.
how I react and how I feel. So she said it was a double whammy, because not only did I have a vacation, to where I had a great time, I was able to relax. I went swimming, had massages, had all of these different things, in addition to networking, meeting powerful, like minded people, meeting new people from not just my state, she said, but from everywhere else, and really for literally all over the world. Right. And then she said, and I was able to do some transforming myself. So she said, all in one, it was absolutely phenomenal, phenomenal. And so that's really what it takes. Hey, hey, hey. That's really what it takes. I think that's Chef Mama. Um, it takes that. So the retreat, isn't someplace to where you're just gonna go and you're gonna pick up some things. And I guarantee you that when you come, you won't leave the same. And this is what this retreat was completely about. From the Sunday when everyone arrived, to even the Saturday when everyone left, there were some powerful things that was happening. So what I'd like to do for just a couple more minutes, because I don't want to keep you too long, is share some of those powerful things. And if any of you that are on here, we're talking about recalibration and resetting. And then, babe, if you don't mind, at the end, share some ways that they can recalibrate and reset, even if they may not go to a retreat. But how can you do it? And then what I'm going to do is at the end, we have a retreats webinar coming up. In other words, the benefits of a retreat and what you can do, how you can benefit, how you can embrace it, how you can embody it, what you can do. That's coming up on October 31st, that you'll have to register for. But it is going to be phenomenal. It's only going to be for a couple of hours. right? But you want to mark off your time and come, and let's talk about what is it I could do. It's like being at a virtual retreat, that what we're going to do on October 31st. And yes, I know that's trick-or-treating night, but trick-or-treating is normally done by 7:30 in the evening, y'all, right? So go ahead. Hey, 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 how are you? Hey, Doc. So go ahead if anybody's got any questions, but if you can just kind of talk about that for a second.
Okay. So one of the things that you can actually do is when we talk about recalibrating, how often do we get up in the morning and say, ah, you know, got to face this day, or I got this to do and that to do and that to do, and then we start pounding ourselves down from the beginning of the day, and then that sets the tone for the rest of our day. But can you imagine, just starting your day with an absolute positive? And what I mean by an absolute positive is all of us have something to be thankful for, right? All of us have something to be thankful for. If it's one thing, if it's 1,000 things, no matter how long it is that you want to take in that, I guarantee you, if you begin to write down, say several things that you're grateful for, that you're thankful for,
Yeah.
and begin to look at that and pop it open. Do it a journal or in your diary or whatever the case may be. I call it journal. Because men are on here, men don't like to hear the word diary. As it pertains to them writing out their stuff, so journal, all the positive things. Hey, I'm grateful that I've got a roof over my head. I'm grateful that I have such a beautiful, loving, and powerful wife, and sexy too. I'm grateful, and just begin to write out the things that you're grateful for, and that will begin to set the tone for your day, and then because you're telling your mind, so this is what we're doing today. We're walking our day out in gratefulness. So I'm grateful. So that's not going to say that everything that's going to happen is going to be good, right? But how about something not so good happens? I'm grateful that it wasn't worse. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that we can do in recalibrating. And the beauty is when you take a break from the everyday mundane or whatever it is that
Yeah. Yeah.
however your day goes, when you take a break for that from that, and I'm going back to the retreat, because we left the country, so there's some things that you just can't have your hands on, and if you're a hands-on person, you're used to having your hands on everything, so that was a challenge in itself, being able to be away and not be able to be hands on. You can be on the phone all day long, you can text, you can email and everything else like that, but there's nothing like being able to be there and have your hands on it.
Yeah.
So having to pull away from that, clear the space, clear the white noise, so that things could actually so that you can actually be engaged, right? And that's the second thing. Engage um in the place that you are. So if you're at work, be at work. This is a recalibration we're talking about. If you're at home, be at home. If you work at home, have a workspace at home, right? And be able to shut that down so that you don't even have to see that space if it's possible to do that, right? Because if you're passing by that space all day, your mind is saying, "Am I at work? Am I at home? Am I work? Am I at home?" So recalibrate and maybe change up your office situation or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah. So that's, when we're talking about recalibrating and resetting, that's basically what happens in your everyday life. You have to, as you're going through everyday life, things happen, and so you have to get to a place to where you can on every day recalibrate. In other words, adjust, readjust, reset some things so that you're always moving forward and you're always in a good space. And so one of the things that we focused on in this past retreat last week was resetting, recalibrating, and of course getting to a place to where we can just learn how to be, right? And many of us, we don't know how to just be. We're always having to do something. We're always dealing with something. We don't know how to just be. We don't know how to take our capes off and just enjoy life, but enjoy it not at a surface level, because when you come to the retreat, as this past retreat, we don't ever focus on a surface level. We're deep diving.
Mm.
We're deep diving. Why? Because the purpose of the retreat, it's a transformational retreat. And so the purpose of it is that the way you came into the retreat,
You
right,
can't leave.
you leave very differently.
Yeah.
And as my friend was telling me earlier today, it's more than a vacation because you get more off of it. That's right. Enjoy it at a deep level, Margaret said, to reset, to recalibrate, to readjust. Yeah. And it does go at a deep level. It's more than just a vacation. It's going a little bit deeper because, as she said, you go on a vacation and you're going to get rest. Sometimes you don't come back rested. That's one, because you're out doing everything. And then, as she said, and as she's unpacking her bags, when you go on a vacation, you're also unpacking the same issues you left with. But when you come to a retreat, that's a not any retreat, y'all, a transformational retreat where the focus is doing some deep diving, then things can begin to change. And so when you return home, you've got some tools that you can use, right, to add to your life. You've got some things that you can do to add to your life. And you've also had that vacation piece. You've met some powerful people. You've made new friends. And by the way, a lot of those friends are lifetime friends. And I made a decision, as I was working today and thinking about this past week. It's just been from September 28th to now, just getting back home again last night. It has been action packed. But one of the things I realized that I absolutely love is I absolutely love the retreats. Why? Because I absolutely love seeing life actually change. Like within 1 week, seeing one person, they come in this way, man or woman, and the way they leave is completely different. And
Yeah.
so I absolutely love it. I love it.
Yeah. The difference.
Anybody else have any? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no. Let's see if anyone else has anything.
Does anybody else have any questions or comments about retreats? And if you were at the retreat in Italy, how was that for you? Some have already made comments. And so, but if you have any retreat, let's talk about it. We can answer it. We're going to just keep you on a couple more minutes, and then we are going to jump off so you could enjoy the rest of your evening. Ashley, thank you, Ashley, for posting that. We have on October 31st, I believe it's 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing a virtual retreat. It's a life changing retreat summit webinar, and it's completely free. And it's going to be for from 7:30 till about 9:30. So feel free to join us, to where we'll do some of the things that we actually did in our retreat. And again, giving you a tool, to where you could understand how life changing retreats can actually be for you, right? We're on this earth and we're given a job to do, right? And many times we can't even do the job that we're doing because we've got so many things in us. And by the way, many, again, as Jonathan said, many of the people that came to the retreat, they're entrepreneurs, they're powerful, they are, they
Owners.
they're busy, they're owners, they're all kinds of things, they're retired, and so they came just for a time to, for lack of a better word, to chill and just to refresh and to renew and to recalibrate. And as they were there, as one person said to me, I didn't even realize that this bothered me so much, and I was able to identify it here, and then I was able to release it. You see, we don't ever arrive until we leave this earth. You know what I mean? There's always things that we have to recalibrate, reset. There's things that we have to release. There's healing that has to be done. I like to use the word I am healed. I am being healed and I shall be healed. In other words, my healing in all these years is a process. And part of that is going through the transformational work. It's going through the transformational work. And
Yeah.
so that's what our retreat was about. It was great. We did a lot of dancing, y'all. We did a lot of laughing, drank some wine because, hey, we're in Italy, you know, we're in Italy. We did a lot of course, we ate a lot of pasta, had wonderful massages, and went to Florence, went to Tuscany, Lucca, San Macchiato. Is that how you say it? San Miniato.
Miniago.
Miniato, yeah. And
Yeah.
so it was just great. And then, of course, to sit and laugh with our brothers and our sisters was just phenomenal. To get to know them at a cellular level was just phenomenal. So I wanted to give you guys just a recap. Someone said the pasta was my favorite. Yes, the pasta was wonderful. Was just wonderful. Thank you, Jay. Jay said, if anybody has any questions or would like to discuss the retreat, please reach out to him. There is his email address right there. We're just making it, making it available if anybody wants to know any joy. So Kimberly Joy said, I love that. Kimberly J. Kimberly J said, the retreat was eye-opening. I was able to unpack, release, and leave some things behind that no longer served me. I truly recommend it. And so that's it, guys. It's a place of releasing. It's a place of releasing things that no longer serve you. Why do you want to live in this life on earth with things that no longer serve you? It's
Yeah.
that time for us to release some things, right? So thank you, Kim. Thank you so much for saying that. So guys,
Thank
I love
you.
you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. Jonathan, is there anything else that you want to add?
I don't
There
know why
is
you asked me when you want me to just be quiet.
no, 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 no. I just put up if you guys would like to join us on the webinar on October 31st, there is the link. Make sure you jump on and register. You do have to register so you can get the link for the webinar. So make sure you do it.
I
Anything
do
else
want to
as
say,
we
I do
close?
want to say, I do want to say this that the difference between because you can vacation and then there's a transfercation retreat. So the difference is you go on vacation, and why do we go on vacation? Most of the time because we're tired of work, we're tired
Yeah,
of our household situation or whatever the case may be. So we figure we go on vacation, right, and we'll just forget about it. But then when we come back, it's the same thing, right? It's they're facing you, and the only thing you've done is maybe rested. So now you come back fighting the same battles, and you're just going to get tired again
yeah,
faster. But with the transformation, right? You leave, you have per se a vacation, but at the same time, you have tools to come back and when you walk back into home or work or whatever the case may be, you have tools to help you powerfully handle the things that you left behind. So you're not going to tire it out as quickly if you tire out at all. That's
yeah,
all I
yeah,
wanted to say.
yeah. Yeah, that's powerful because the tools are powerful. What you learn and what you learn to navigate through life, navigate through your finances, your emotions, navigate through relationships, just in every area. It's powerful what you learn. Again, very much life changing. And so let me just make one quick comment to Cameron. Yes, we haven't forgotten about Pakistan. We will be contacting
All
you
right,
and
Cameron.
seeing where we go from there. All right. So don't think we have forgotten because we absolutely have. We absolutely have not. So I love you guys. I appreciate you, Margaret. I can't wait to see you at the next retreat. Kimberly said a transformation for the win. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, we are. It's about recalibrating, resetting, rejuvenating. You know what I mean? Releasing. And saying, yes, I am open to God doing something totally new in my life that I can't even explain it with words. Are you open to it? So, listen, join us for the webinar. This is the recap of the Italy retreat. It was great. Thanks to all the participants who came and they played full out. They played full out. Strong friendships were made. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. If you're
Love you
looking
guys.
at the replay, make sure you type in replay and let us know where you're from. Have a great evening. Enjoy Atlanta, Kim. Enjoy Atlanta. And the rest of you, I love you. Take care. God bless you. Bye bye.
You guys.